So what your offspring will see when they view your fully matured consciousness from their fetal perspective will seem amazingly solid and real to them until they start investigating what their reality is made out of, only to discover that the rocks and the trees and the planets aren't as real as they first thought. For they seem to be created out of some kind of ethereal informational substance that for some strange reason has no separation or reality unless consciousness is involved with it. That in some perplexing way, the outer workings of their universe seem to resemble the inner workings of their own minds. They're on to you now. Furthermore, as they look out into their universe, they will sense your presence in everything they see. Why? Because everything they see is literally made out of you. They are perceiving the super advanced mental holography of your personal consciousness. How can they not sense you when your very being and life force resonates throughout the foundation of their universe? You are the Great Spirit to them. You are Brahma. You are the Big Melon. You are whatever their limited conception of your being compels them to call you. However, even though your presence is felt throughout the pulp of their reality, they will not be able to see you directly. And that's because your personal identity, or that aspect of your inner being that does the sensing and the creating of the reality that they are sensing, could be anywhere in their universe. You see, even though their object of reality is literally created out of your very being, you still possess a personal identity that can be apart from it and them. Remember, you do not need to be present in the immediate area of your mental holography in order for it to continue to exist and operate according to design. The structural integrity of their reality is well established in the quantum patterns of information that underpin its construction, and it will always manifest and present itself to their senses as you initially created it, whether you are there or not. And in this fanciful look into the infinite future of your eternal life, when each of your offspring is finally born out of you to see you as you really are, well, you already know the rest of the story. The cycle is complete. Now, I said earlier not to be overwhelmed by the size of the universe. However, the intelligence and the order that goes into constructing the universe is another story altogether. By all means, be overwhelmed. There is absolutely nothing I can say that can truly capture the incomprehensible magnitude of God's being. The level of God's consciousness and of His personal achievement in the creation of the universe is just too far-flung for us to fathom at this time. As I asserted in previous episodes, us trying to perceive how God created such things as self-replicating cells and solar systems is something on the order of amoebas or flies trying to perceive how we created such things as computers and modern cities. In the same way that we vastly ascend above those lower beings in our ability to think and create, God ascends above us. However, even that analogy does not address the scope of the disparity between us and God. Because when you realize that our own little minds contain a matrix of information that underpins the construction of that globe of the earth, or a novel we plan on writing someday, or images of scenes from movies or television programs we've viewed, or just the general flowing memories taken from the scenes of our daily lives from birth until now. While on the other hand, in the matrix of God's consciousness is the information that underpins the construction of 100 billion galaxies, each filled with ordered islands of reality every bit as wondrous as the incredible Earth we're standing on, all contained within the closed area of His individual being that, if you understood my little discourse on relativity, is no larger than what we will be when we finally meet Him. Now that is a vision of a being befitting the title of God. Not some weeny anthropomorphic model of God, but a real vision of the one singular living soul who wields the power of the universe from the throne of His consciousness. And even more incredible than that, a being who has passed on to you and to me the same gift of life and potential that He Himself possesses. In all reality, there is no act greater, nor gift grander than that which God has bestowed upon each of us. It is time to wake up.